Thank you very much, Honourable Chair. Honourable Chair, pursuant to Standing Order 102, I move without notice that Head 22 be increased by $3.5 million, being for kidney dialysis treatment, Seg 10.
Is there a seconder?
Chair, I second the motion.
Thank you. Honourable Qereqeretabua, you have the floor.
Thank you, Honourable Chair. Just very briefly, once again, just expressing our disappointment that this allocation does not get the attention it deserves. We know very well that apart from COVID-19, there are a lot of other afflictions that continue to cripple our people, and the need for kidney dialysis is a very serious need. So can we just plead again, please, in the spirit of humanity, that we don't deny those that are afflicted with kidney problems, for whom their life or death is now about whether or not they can have money for dialysis. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you, Honourable Chair.
Thank you.
Honourable Chair.
Honourable
May I respond?
Minister.
Yeah, the National Kidney Research and Treatment Centre will be fully operational in November 2020 this year. As you're aware, the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted the supplier's ability to deliver the 3 reverse osmosis machines. So we ordered them, we paid for them. The 15 dialysis machines arrived on time, as I've said, but the reverse osmosis machines did not arrive. It was not our fault, it was already prepaid. It was the fault of the manufacturer and also the deliverer. We have, despite our best efforts, the reverse osmosis machines and the dialysis machines from the German-based supplier, which is Freshness Medical Care. They were able to deliver the 15 dialysis machines, and because of COVID-19, we have then repurposed 7 of the machines specifically for COVID-19 ICU facilities. You know, I was talking about how we have 15 new ventilators that had arrived, and we've purchased another 50 ventilators specifically for COVID-19. I want to make it clear here for the nation to know, we have COVID-19 ICU facilities in Suva, Lautoka, and Lambasa, different from the ICU facilities for normative, our normative work. That has to be completely different. That's the expectation. So they have also dialysis machines. So we repurposed 7 of those machines specifically for that, on standby. And we are waiting for the reverse osmosis machine to arrive. The engineer currently is stuck in Samoa. He was supposed to go to make that trip, come back to Fiji, meet up with the machine and actually install them. So he's stuck in Samoa. So we are hopeful that it will arrive in October, that the person will be here and will be able to meet it. If you actually look at the consumable budget, the equipment budget that's been put aside, in the other seg, I think it's, I think the other activity 5, you will see that's been raised dramatically. The reason why is because government then absorbs all the costs. Okay, so the 3.5 million was the setup cost. The setup cost for actually buying the machines, setting up the place, forming also the subsidy cost. We put some aside to actually get the positions for the new nephrologist and also the staff that actually run it. We also have to remember that you will have to have electricity, water and whatever. That's also some of that is actually being pushed into the CWM budget, which is actually different on a different page. That's also now been absorbed in the cost. And just like any other program, the initial cost will go up, but once you begin to run it, the maintenance will then be covered. So we are absorbing all those other costs. And that's why I do not support your motion before the House.
Honourable Tim Prasad.
Chair, if I can just add to that motion and ask this very specific question to the Minister. So what you were saying is that once the equipment arrive and is all set up, that kidney dialysis will be provided to everybody who needs it.
For those who actually meet the criteria, which is less than 30,000.
Yeah.
Yes. And already our nephrologist, who's an Australian trained nephrologist, has identified 40 patients.
And so this allocation of 100,000 right now, until such time that you have the machines available and ready, what are you going to do with those who are eligible within that income category who need dialysis now?
So what we're hoping to do is, as I've said, the nephrologist is beginning to see them, to talk to them. We are also hoping to actually continue with the registration program in place and also discuss with them. We had some issues. There was some discussion initially about being able to put it into the private sector. And I can tell you that what we're beginning to realize that some of the private retailers were beginning to bump up their costs by another $75. And we don't want to do that. So for example, if there was a private dialysis unit that was actually offering at about $200, as soon as they heard that we had the $75, they were going up to $275, which does not actually affect the patient that we're trying to do. We would rather that they reduce it by $75. So that's why we were not too keen to be able to do that into the private sector.